Hello, good morning, good morning. Yeah, how are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hey, welcome to Auntie Yaa'S Book Corner. I'm here. I'm the queen of Own It, by the way. I'm
My
here with
very
my
own ornithologist.
ornithologist, yes. Hey, the last video that I did at the end, I'm trying to say queen of Own It, and I said, oh, queen of diva. I started like, I go, well, take it as it is. I could be a diva too.
Yep.
We're owning it, yeah.
We're owning
So,
it, yes.
yes, I'm here with my capable sassy co-host Yabuatma Boating Russell. So today we're talking own it, and the topic is how can you own it if you don't know who you are. So
Yeah.
I will go and share, and then Ya can chat with you, and we'll start.
Hi, everyone. Yes, today we're going to see how best we can get to know ourselves better because you can't own it. There'll be nothing to own actually if you don't know yourself, right? Yeah. And I guess a happy Easter to all of you. Yesterday, I
Yes,
totally forgot that
you
it
did.
was Easter because I didn't go to church. Usually, when you go to church on Easter Friday, those kind of activities they
Hmm.
remind you. But I totally forgot. And when I went to my cousins and I saw the kids at home, then I remembered it was Good Friday. So for the Christians who are listening or watching, happy Easter to all of you. And today is the day. I always think, where did he go? Like when he died on the Saturday, where was he? I
Hmm.
always think about those things, like what
Yeah,
was he doing? Because his
yeah.
spirit was still
You're
there.
thinking very deep. People's mind won't go there. It's true. What happened? Hmm.
Yeah, what happened? I would really want to know that, but hey, I guess it's because I want to know how
Hmm.
what happens. There are a lot of movies that show different kinds of perspectives or beliefs as to when you die, what happens to your
Hmm.
spirit and stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
guess
Let me
yes.
interrupt you. When you said I was going to go there, I said we are saying, oh, we don't know. But then again, you know how you chrome for how we are. Somebody will come and stand there and spiritualize it and tell you something kokoti because
I
we are the
know.
ones we know the Bible from A to Z.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, are we living it? So,
Yeah. We're I don't know. We like doctrines and
mhm,
and
rules and regulations. I call it
yeah.
Pharisee like syndrome.
That's what we like. Like
Yeah.
most of us Christians, that's what we do. But well, here we do practical nyamism. It's
Yes,
living the
we
word,
keep it
and
real.
yeah,
Mhm.
having a relationship with God. It's just like having a relationship with your father and living your life. He knows you.
Mhm.
I wonder if they feel they are deceiving God too sometimes because he knows you through and through, and yet on the outside, you, I don't know, you portray some holiness or whatever it is
Yeah.
that you do. But well, every Easter I watch that movie. I haven't watched it this Easter because there's a whole lot going on
The
in my
passion
corner. Yeah, the Passion.
of the
And
Christ. Okay.
yeah, it just reminds me again. It makes me think because sometimes we do forget the intensity of it and what
Mhm.
it really means. You
Mhm.
remember he died for you and all that, but sometimes we forget like how huge the whole thing is. But
We take it
yeah.
for granted.
Yeah. So that's why I like to watch it over and over sometimes. I mean, on Easter, I have
Mhm.
other movies that I watch sometimes too
Yeah.
to make me feel close to him because I'm a movie person.
Yeah, I am too. Just lately, I haven't had so much time to watch it, so I have to, go back to that. And as you're talking, even something is coming to me. I don't know, and I don't want to call it disillusionment, because for me, I still believe that my faith is still very strong, and what I do is
Right.
between me and God, the
Right.
relationship part. So it's
Yes.
not like, I mean, I'm not going to say, I'm never going to sit and say that because of something somebody is doing, I won't worship God again. But it's
Exactly.
just that I look at the things that are going on, and I become, it seems like anytime I meet people who are so zealous and so self-righteous, I want to distance myself, because some of the things, the way we interpret things and the way we put it doesn't make sense, or it's not very practical to me in
Right.
terms of real life,
Right.
because you can sit and say you are spiritual, you are the one who gives most money in church, meanwhile you are maltreating your wife at home, or you have these girlfriends, or you are not looking after your kids, but church elders won't talk to you because you are the one who brings in the money. So this the hypocrisy, like, I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means, but I'm just saying that
No,
we need to
nobody
keep it
is.
real.
Right.
We need to
Right.
keep it real.
Right. Exactly.
Hello, Eunice. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi,
Thanks for
Atman.
joining us. Yeah, we can start. So let me put
The banner.
the banner up. Let's see. So we're talking about own it. How can you own it if you don't know who you are?
Mm-hmm.
That's a kind of convoluted question in a sense, because we're saying own it. You should be able to own, this is who I am, this is what's working, this is what's not working. But if you don't know
Right.
who you are, how do you do any of these things? So
Exactly.
we're going to unpack it. So what I said is that it's the
That's
script
good.
or programming that we are given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I say script, we're all like, let's say
Actors
we're in a
and
play. Yeah, we're actors on the world stage playing
yeah.
out life.
Yeah.
And we forget that, each of us, some of these things, even when we were younger, I'll speak for myself anyway, you weren't taking it so seriously. But now I hear people talking, or even men of God, or saying, oh, this child, this, like there's something that God gave us, there's something in you that you came on this earth to do.
Yeah.
But a lot of us, we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
For me, when I say the script, the society in which you grow up makes a whole lot of difference. So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I have my script. I didn't know what it was, and then I picked up doing all these things. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I don't know, right? But
Right.
you have to figure something out. Even if you don't know what script you were programmed with coming on earth, and you figure yourself out and you are able to step forth and do something, you are still doing something, you are living out something
Yeah.
positive. So what are some of the scripts that we've been programmed with? It's cultural, and then it's spiritual.
Right.
So yeah, I'll let you go and I'll come back in. It is deep.
It is deep. Yeah. Because the society, the family that you're born
Hmm.
in determines the script that you get, actually, as you just said.
Yeah.
And it determines um I guess your values as you grow up. Unless you actually do the own it thing, you're going to be
Hmm.
stuck with whatever that is put on you. And
Hmm.
it determines, like, your the occupation that you do, whether
Hmm.
you like, um and I'll give the example of like a family that has education at the top of their list. It would it be incorporated in you. So that
Hmm.
would be one of the scripts that you get, because there are a lot of scripts for different segments of our lives.
Hmm.
And the religion as well, the religious aspect of it. And these are like things that are told to us, or things that we see also.
Hmm.
Because if you grow up seeing your parents being like kind or giving, I can give that example because
Hmm.
I saw that a lot. So whenever I go somewhere and in my neighborhood, there's like, I go closer to the needy people than to the
Hmm.
other people. And it's all because, like, I grew up and my mom will cook and give it to maybe the watchman or a
Hmm.
security
Yeah.
guard, things like that.
Yeah.
So um, we're given scripts, and we they are adopted, and not consciously.
Hmm.
Sometimes you're not told it. Sometimes you
Yes.
see it, and then unconsciously it's molded into your brain, and um, so it actually informs our character, our beliefs, our values, and those things make up us. I mean, that's what makes us who we are. Actually,
Hmm.
not what we do per se, like maybe you're a nurse or whatever.
Hmm.
And um and in our culture too, we don't place importance on what somebody, like the skills somebody has, or whatever that you said in the beginning God has put in you for you
Yes.
to fulfill on earth. And this one shows up in the skills that you have, like naturally, because you can also pick up or learn some skills as you grow
Hello,
up.
Mamle. Welcome.
Yeah, hi. You can learn some skills too, but the ones that you're born with,
Hmm.
we tend to ignore it, and not on purpose, but it's because of whatever scripts that we're given. And a
Hmm.
typical one is you go to school, get a job, do a 9 to 5, and you're seen as successful. And you should be happy. That might not
Yeah.
make you happy, because whatever has been put in you is not what you're doing. So you
Hmm.
always feel there's something lacking in your
Hmm.
life. And we
Yes.
don't really place, like, yeah, we need to,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, what you were saying, about the script, it depends on the family. That is very true because for me, like growing up, I saw my mom working, my
Yeah,
father working. So
exactly.
it's not something you are told, you just kind of do it.
Yeah.
You follow, you don't see the sense in being lazy and all that. But I'm going to go back to the bigger picture because
Right.
for me, that's how I was looking at it, like the cultural. When we're talking about script, we have all this, like what you brought forth is very true in families, what is going on there, because you do hear people say, oh, as for me, my family, it's only the boys that they paid attention to per se. My
Mm-hmm.
my parents told us that, oh, you're a woman, somebody will come and marry you, or this or that. Like they didn't pay particular, they did, but they didn't push you as much as maybe they pushed the boys.
Right.
So I when I talk about script, the cultural script that we have is that women, we seem to be the one who have to do all the hard work. You are a burden bearer, you are a server, like you are
Yeah.
groomed. It seems like you are groomed to please men in a way,
Right.
because when you go to marriage ceremonies, what do you hear? A lot of the advice, where's Amaju? A lot of the advice is
It's for the
for
woman.
for the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and she said she asked that question, said, why is the advice all coming to me? What about him? And I always say constantly to everywhere you go, you keep hearing these things, but who's advising the men?
Mm-hmm.
Look, even in some of these groups that I'm in, I'm reading things that women are putting out, and it's so horrible the treatment that they are getting from men. And I'm like, so we say, when did love turn into hatred? You see, because we go into this relationship with the same cultural perceptions or scripts we've been given. Oh, you're a woman, so you're supposed to this. So if the
Mm-hmm.
woman is working 9 to 5, you're also working 9 to 5. You come and you are sitting down, you are watching sports, and you're expected to get everything done. And some of
Yeah.
us women too, we pick that up and then we judge other women and say, oh, as for me, I do everything. Oh, this, like, no, it's not right, right?
Yeah.
And even it's like, your worth or value. Where I'm coming from this is that your worth or value is seen only in you being linked to a man. So if you are not married, oh, why are you not married?
Right.
If you are married and there are problems and serious problems enough to make you get out, then you become a divorcee,
Failure.
you become
Yeah.
an outcast, you become a pariah.
Yeah.
Even I know I've heard somebody say before, I know she knows who I that your friends don't even want you around because now you're a divorcee, they feel threatened.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, because we are so, you see, this is the script. Been taught to be
Yeah.
insecure around
Yeah.
other women, always viewing other women as threats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, how I look at it is that there was something, you were given a particular script. It's up to you. You see, that's why we say over here, you see a little child drumming or away, kum kum kum, or always painting or coloring. your parent is not going to come and say, "Oh, stop that noise, throw that thing away. I'll take that away from you if you keep," and go out. They'll take it away from you and punish you. Oh, you're supposed to be a lawyer, not this drawing. What is all
Yeah.
this? Like, we don't encourage, we don't nurture people's gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a Hanuman, when they see it early, they start developing it because you don't
Yeah.
know. You
Yeah.
don't
And
know
you put
what is going
everything in it. Yeah.
come out of it. So for
Right.
me, my take on it is that no matter the script or cultural programming, it's like don't be intimidated, don't tone yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're like, oh, if you keep putting yourself down because of how you perceive yourself, then they've got you. You
Yeah.
just be yourself. Because I was saying that, they tell you don't be intimidating, tone yourself down, otherwise you won't get a man. You know, how many women are dying slowly inside because of some of these things that
Mm.
we've heard? And yet, we don't teach, there's not too much being taught about women empowering themselves, just loving yourself, stand up for yourself, stand on your own 2 feet. And I know these days they say when the men come, they ask, oh, what do you do? There are men who now want equal
What do
partners.
you
But
bring to the
if,
table? Yeah.
yes, if it's
Yeah.
on a level playing field, that is fine because there's
Right.
some, oh, what are you bringing? But then they want to cheat. Okay.
Right.
Eunice says, thank you. That is the truth. They don't tell us or didn't tell us. Yes. And I say, who teaches these things in the school system? I don't know where Ajua Odo is, but yesterday I was listening to her program and she said today
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about this abuse because of Osinachi Nwachukwu's death
Yeah.
and all that. And she said today she's going to come. Also, Samuel can't come today because he's busy tomorrow, but
Okay.
she's going to be talking about some of the steps going forward. And I almost said, I don't know what I'm doing, but should I get the link and also come and talk some? Because how I
Oh.
see it, yeah, we've not
Yeah.
been taught these things. Yeah, did you
Yeah.
see anything in the school curriculum talking about life skills or personal growth, personal development?
No.
It's just, yeah. And yet when we were in secondary school doing the home science and all that, um, doing what do you call it? Home economics or this and that. Did you see any boys in there?
No. You'll be
Did you see
teased
any
if you're
girls?
a boy and you go for,
Yeah.
you choose that subject. You'll
And did you see
be
any
teased.
girls
Yeah.
going into the woodwork or whatever carpentry stuff?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
hmm We don't do that cross. There's certain things, of course, it's all around, not just in
Right.
our environment. That there are certain things that
More
seem targeted towards
dominant
men.
in ours. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, these days, there's heavy equipment operators in Alberta. They are women,
Yeah.
and they are raking in the dough.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
so it's like we are not encouraged to develop ourselves. And also the church, when we come to the spiritual,
True.
I say the church fosters this narrative, and the refrain is submit, submit, submit till you die. The scriptures and religiosity are killing a lot of women. you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
for me, that's why I say the hypocrisy is deep. Look, the word of God is there. There's no doubt about it. It is there. But if something is going on that is contrary to that word, should a human beings Eunice says they will tell you are tomboy or kojo besia, which is true.
True.
Yeah. So are you supposed to stay in these things? You can't talk to people. You
Because you're
can be in a
pregnant.
you can be in a situation and you go and talk to your pastor about it and they'll never deal with it. Either because they are afraid to come and talk to your hubby or whatever it is, and you're just supposed to sit there and some of the things that they will say back to you, you'll be shocked.
Hmm.
That's why I say we're not very practical. Look, in life,
Yeah.
God has given us wisdom. That is why He put a brain in our heads. So
Mm-hmm.
you are supposed to use wisdom. When you hear some of the horror stories of how women have been treated in the church because of getting out of abusive situations or abusive marriages or what have you, you'll be so shocked. And sometimes the men are going scot-free.
Yeah.
And mind you, it's on the opposite side too. There are certain women who are also abusing men. But of
Yeah.
course,
That's
because
true.
of the macho syndrome too, they can't come out and talk about it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not good on both sides, but
Yeah.
we hear about the men mainly, right? And
Yeah.
and of course, too, one of the things too about this script programming is if you're a woman, because we have this mentality that a woman is only supposed to, oh, somebody will come and marry you, and that cultural grooming. No, other women hate on you when you strive to achieve or accomplish. I
Yeah.
remember, I think, was it the beginning of this year? Was it this January that it seemed like a lot of women were, two or three women died from domestic violence in Ghana?
Oh.
And then you'd hear people come and say, oh, they come and call the other women my rights for whatever they were calling them. Like, why should it be a faction of what women say, oh, what did she do? Maybe if she had done this, the man wouldn't have done this. How
Yeah. Making it
subservient,
seem
how,
like it's your fault.
look, how low do you want to go? How low do you want to go? Losing yourself, losing your dignity, and is it worth it? There's something called respect. While we are talking about all this, there's men and women out there who are in good relationships. Let's not forget that. And
Yeah.
those are the right ones where there's mutual respect. And that's where we are
Yeah.
striving to come to. But
Yeah.
somehow these cultural dynamics, you know something? Let me be bad here. Do you know how I laugh when I see our men with Caucasian women? No, because they say they are macho, right? And then you've come into a different environment and you are with them. And you know what? Yeah, you do the bowing and the scraping. You
There's
see
them.
how they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
I say, yeah. And I tell myself that, yeah, get them good. Because if it was back there, they would be doing a homasuchin to people. And we've created this tin god syndrome that men are worshipped and this and that. Let me read some comments. Ajua. The church has created a major disaster, and I pray the church wakes up to fix this mess. Oh, tell me, tell me.
Mm.
The cover up is too much. Ajua, hello. We were saying, where
Welcome.
is she? Welcome. You know? So, yeah, it's like it's okay to treat a woman disrespectfully. Oh, you are a woman. You know something? It's interesting because everybody, man or woman, we came out of a woman.
Yes.
So if you are going to disrespect a woman, they say if you're going to get married or you're going out with a man, watch how he treats his mother.
Yes.
If
I've
maybe the
heard that
mother is
too.
not around, watch how he treats his sisters.
Yeah.
That will tell you a whole lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do you have anything else to add on the programming?
Yeah. When you were talking about like when a marriage fails, it's like they look to the woman as being the failure instead. And it's the same way when it comes to like childbirth, because
Mm-hmm,
there are a lot of still it's still happening. And it's like even educated men in like childless marriages would not go see a doctor because I don't know if they already know, because I know
mm-hmm,
of someone that the lady went and it wasn't from her,
yeah,
but
mm-hmm,
the guy would not go because and the family is blaming the woman still. And I was surprised because I thought that thing had died, and people are now thinking with their brains that it could be both ways. So now
mm-hmm.
it's seem as if you don't have a child, you're a failure. But not everybody would have a child anyway.
No.
Even if the woman doesn't have a child, that shouldn't be a yardstick to measure the woman's success. Just
Mm-hmm,
like getting married, it's not supposed to be a yardstick for success, because not everybody will get married. Not everybody wants to get married, and not
mm-hmm,
everybody's built for marriage, because
mm-hmm,
people who are like that, and Paul said it, not everybody. He
mm-hmm.
didn't marry because he didn't want to. It's not like you shouldn't marry because you're
Yeah.
Christian, but not everybody is built to be in a marriage. Marriage
Mm-hmm.
is beautiful when you do it the right way, but not
Yes.
everybody. So yeah, but it looks like if you don't get married, you're a failure, and if you marry and you don't have children, you're a
You're a
failure.
failure.
And it's the woman, not the man. It's always the woman.
Yeah.
And we're so mean
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because these sensitive issues, the way someone will say it, someone was told that unjai dressing and now pa will be yeah, and that was said in a church too.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me. I always say that culture versus faith, and the culture always wins
Yeah,
out
yeah,
because
yeah.
it won't hit you that this is my fellow sister in Christ,
Right.
and this is what is going on. Even if you think she should be having a child, aren't you
Mm-hmm.
best to be praying for her? But
Yeah.
look at how we behave. We are so
And
mean
mostly
and
the women
vindictive.
too. It comes from the women too.
Yes, yes. You know something? As you were even talking about, Eunice says, as you were
Hmm.
talking about, the woman went to the doctor
Yeah.
and found out that it wasn't her.
Yeah.
And the family are blaming her, meaning that she has kept her mouth quiet.
That's
Why
true.
are you protecting the man? If you
True
know,
too.
why are you protecting the man? You know, because
Yeah.
he doesn't care and he's stubborn. And this is the thing that I've said this before, that if I come and sit here and say, oh, I wrote my books without a penny from my husband, they'll say, oh,
Hmm.
why is she sitting there talking and disgracing her husband? It's the
This is not
truth.
a disgrace.
Because if I'd asked him for any money,
And I
maybe he
don't
wouldn't
even
even have
see it
given
as
me.
a disgrace.
It wouldn't have been a priority. It's to encourage and empower women that you can stand on your own feet and do something
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah.
So why is she sitting there? Why, if I were her, I would find one of the family elders, a responsible, respectable one, and go and tell them that this is the situation. So you are better talking to your son
I
to
think,
go
and
see
it's
that
all
doctor.
because a lot of women are afraid of divorce because of the stigma attached to it. But me growing up, I said, I don't care the number of times I do this. If it's not good, I'm out.
Yeah, let me read these comments. Eunice says a church lady told me she was surprised I was always happy going and posting pictures. It's none of her business. It's your life, and you're getting joy out of it by posting a picture. Is it taken away from her breathing on this earth? And
It's
then
things
listen,
that they
he
want
said,
to do.
yeah, someone even told me to get a dog in my waiting years. It's so sad.
Yeah, yeah. Otima's story, like it took a
Oh,
while before she had her
oh
Sean,
no.
and
Oh
he
no.
is such a special kid.
Oh no. No, no, no. That is nasty.
People are so mean.
Ajua says, say it again, Obapa Yabi Rasa. The sad part is all the foolishness, assumptions, put downs, negativities, hypocrisy, and the idiotic enablements are coming from fools with no knowledge. Look, they are the loudest ones, and it goes to show that empty barrels do make the most
Big,
noise. They
yeah,
are just standing on that one position and they are not shifting, and they are going with what they know from 30 years ago.
yeah, because they feel
You
they
know,
know. Yeah,
oh, Atima,
yeah,
yeah, it's not easy. It's not, we
mm,
see. And I think to the one of the scripts, because of all this that we are saying, how mean people are. So I'm
yeah,
coming to this one of the scripts. I don't know what it is. This is what I say. We come from such a harsh environment. Our psyche is so negative. Like we
yeah.
think beating people, insulting people, saying mean, when you say this to them, then it will change them. Oh, keep telling them, keep telling them. And if your child is doing something that is not so great, all you have to do is tell them in a positive way, you
Exactly.
know,
Yeah,
positive way. But the negativity, all that comes out of us. It's in our hearts. We're so we think, oh, hard work. Oh, as for me, we grew up in this environment. So who do you think that you should come and do this, this, this? Well, change it. There's something called changing the dynamic, shifting the paradigm. Come on. Mamle says, my question is, why must it always be women being against their fellow going through such ordeals?
yeah,
Is
yeah.
there hypocrisy? They are scared. They don't want to acknowledge that, you are shifting, you are going against the status quo. You see, I made a statement somewhere that it is us, the women, who help the patriarchy enforce,
Yes.
or oppress women. It's so sad. Something will happen just now. You see a woman sitting with two guys on the radio station condemning another woman's
Yeah.
action. How about for a change, somebody went on there and spoke for the woman.
But yeah.
You see, we've built ourselves up into this. We are like, oh, you are low. You are just a chattel. You have no use. Your worth is in a man. So if you're not doing that, look, I was saying, I listened to a room, something in Clubhouse, and they were talking some of these topics, something about. I looked at, oh, if you are over 30 or something, is it too late for you? I forget what the topic. As usual, it was bent towards women. And somebody says, oh, what you do, there's a different. What you do is like, you, maybe if you're a lawyer or a nurse or what have you, but
Uh-huh.
who you are, marriage is who you are. And I'm
Oh my
thinking,
God.
and I thought to myself, what did I just hear? And It's like somebody else said, what are you saying? Are you saying that it's marriage that is defining us?
The
And this person I'm
identity,
talking
yeah.
about, I'm sure they're in their 20s or 30s, and you are saying this, and I'm like, me at my age, I've got the memo, and you are sitting there for, still doing, saying this. So these are some of the women that if you are not married and you interact with them, they'll say you are not married, so I can't talk to you.
Mm,
Oh, you are not married, you'll come to get my husband. We are so
yeah.
insecure. Like we've been
Security.
programmed, we have been programmed to be so insecure because of men. If you're a woman and you own your stuff, hey, I'm respectable. I'm loved. I believe in myself. I own my stuff. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. It's not that you are going around shouting or insulting people, but you are owning your stuff
Yeah.
because we are being forced to minimize ourselves. You see, and some of these things, a lot of women are sitting in these relationships and they are not fulfilling the scripts that they were given because
Yeah.
they are dependent on these men who are abusing them or treating them because they've been made to think they are 10 gods. They have the
Yes.
divine right to oppress and rule over a woman because they are the heads. A head, when they see this, the stuff in the Bible, look, men too should take it up and be teaching the men what those principles mean. Because you keep hearing submit, 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 but you don't hear about men love your wives. How are
Yeah.
you loving the
Yeah.
woman?
Yeah.
Oh, then the some will go, if you love the woman, submission will be whatever. You submit to each other, period. You submit to each other. Let's stop
Well,
this
you can't
cultural
love
thing.
someone and abuse them.
Yeah,
How do
people
you love
don't love
someone?
themselves, so they can't love people. Hmm.
And we like to pick and choose from the Bible. Like we
Thank
don't
you.
read the whole script.
It's a buffet. Many people are society and communities think everyone is like them with no sense of intelligence. They live duplicate lives by copycats, unnecessary competition, comparison, running foolish races, catching others behind to be accepted with conditions, lack of value, lack of self love, lack of every good thing that will build them up. It will surprise you how people go around looking for other people to advise them instead of
Yeah.
making their own
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah.
They because they don't have that capacity even to make a decision for themselves because we've
Yeah.
been programmed to always be, oh, forget yourself,
Like
always give,
approval from
yes,
other people.
yes, always give,
Yes.
forget yourself, do for others, do for others. So the outside, we focus on the outside instead of looking at our own internal and asking myself, how do I really feel about this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is how I feel, but mommy will be mad at me if I say this, this, this. Oh,
Yes.
Ajo or daughter will say this, this, this. So, oh, maybe, yeah. And then we are sitting there. And then we are sitting there.
I
Hmm.
think we forget that we're different. Can't
Yes,
even submit to abuse.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
And Eunice said
that's
love and submission should go hand in hand. It's not
exactly.
possible. Why should you get into a marriage with the intent of being killed? You know, when I looked at some of the thread on Osinachi's thing, and some of it were Nichrome for her countrymen. Oh, this. She's in heaven. God has heaven has gained this. A lot of I read a whole. I didn't read the whole, but I read a whole bunch of comments of all the whole bunch that I read. It's only two who spoke about the man and said, "Let him get what he deserves." So even this, we spiritualized it. Oh,
Right.
this. Oh, this. Like,
No.
what is it about the African that the mind is just all religion? It's not. I
She
won't even
couldn't
call it
fulfill her
Christianity.
purpose to the end.
She's
And God
gone.
brought her for a purpose on
Yeah,
here.
she's
You
gone.
know, I think we need to hit that in the minds of people that we're not just here on earth to come breed and just die and go. We're
Yes,
here to fulfill a certain purpose, and everybody has their own. So it is up to us to seek and find out. And in the process of getting to know yourself and finding out who you are, you will find your purpose
yes.
and be able to fulfill it.
Ajua says, my husband can never be my first son because I'm not his mother, and some mothers do not sleep with their sons. But they tell you, oh, take him like one of your children. Oh, this or that. That is a huge responsibility. I have enough to deal with. Look, yeah, the comments that you were making about finding out why we're on earth and what we're supposed to do. You see, some of these women, when this comment that I said, I heard the lady said, marriage is who you are. And I was saying to Nana that in the book, what do you call it? This one here, I ask a lot of questions. Or when we've talked about it, I said, when you're a woman and you're in marriage, you're a wife, you're a mother, and then there's you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are focused on the wife and mother, and these women especially, things are not going on well in the mother. So in the wife husband department, so the mothering has become their whole lives. And then one day they wake up, the children have grown up and they're gone to college. What are you doing with yourself? You know, me right now, you know what I tell my kids sometimes? Oh, let's watch this. Oh, let's do this. I said, hey, I have things to do. I will watch it, right? But I'm saying, look, I have things to do. I
Yeah.
have my own things that I need to do because
Yeah.
you'll come and take all my time. And somebody says, oh, why is she saying that? You know what? They are grown now.
Yeah.
So they are going to be gone. And I need to be figuring out my life. So why would you say that? So marriage is who you are. You see, she's lost the you. A lot of women don't
Yeah.
know the you.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
lost it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Mrs. Such and such, and they'd rather die being a Mrs. than being a Ms. Let me read these comments. They're coming so fast. Mamle says, I think as women, we should also not feel like we're in competition with our fellow women. Say it again. Rather be open enough to reach out for peer reviews. Peer, yeah. But will you get an honest peer review when you reach out?
No.
This is the
They're in
yes,
competition with you that you don't
yes,
know. So
yes,
you're not going to get
yes,
this one.
yes. Well, she raises a very good point. When have women? It's Let me put it this way. I won't discount it because when it's in operation, it's beautiful, and there's pockets of sisterhood, you know, like going
Oh
on.
yeah.
But on the main, we've missed the boat.
Yeah.
The African woman, the Ghanaian woman, I think we've missed the boat on some of these things.
Yeah.
And then Eunice says, as for that lady's issue, I get so mad hearing about it. So sad. It is time we women know our worth and live
Yes.
our full capacity, married or unmarried. Thank you.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And Ajua says dysfunctional mindsets and lack of understanding regarding religion. So many church members are worshiping their Safo and not God. Some churches have become a business, fashion, concert party, 419 lies, etc. You know something, Ajua? I was in, how long ago did this happen? Maybe a few weeks ago. And I went into this room in Clubhouse and they are praying and talking and some guy is preaching. I went in late. This is what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, submission, blah, blah, blah. Where are the women? Where are the women? Yes. A lot of times they are talking about this, and he's going on and on. And then the women feebly saying, we are here. I'm thinking, what? So I'm listening in. And yeah, me, I go by I found it very oppressive and very insulting.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked a man of God this question. I said, is this right? I know, but I went to ask. I said,
Yeah.
what is this? Do you know what I did? There's a lady I know, a young lady I know who had invited me into that group. I got out of the room. I got out of the room and then I deleted myself out of the group. I said, I ain't doing this.
Yeah.
So the man of God that I spoke with, he said, it's not maturity. There's a lot of people running around chewing baba the scriptures. Oh, this is what it is, blah, blah. And they have no clue.
Yeah.
They have no clue. They don't know how to manage people. They've not run a church before, nothing. They just go around with their spiritual whatever spewing out on people. That's all that they do.
Yeah.
So it's just not right. Anyway, I think we'll take a commercial and then go to the next. It's just so sad, really.
These are some of the things or topics that I talk about on my channel. So please head out there and check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, what's Russell. You can search for it or you can go on my social media pages at Russell Hints, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, and you can share all my previous videos as well to support me.
So there it is, the beautiful Yaa'S. So please go and support her. Go on her YouTube
Yes.
channel, subscribe. Okay, subscribe. That's one thing that I say, that we as a people, we have to learn how to serve and support one another. One of the things that Mamle was just saying, that we need to be helping build each other up, especially on this social media platform here. Support one another. Don't, its support is not one-sided. It's give and take. So let's do it for each other.
Thank you.
So we'll go here. And there it is. It's own it. That's what we're talking about today. In life, you have to learn to own your stuff. You
Yeah.
are responsible for you. I find that in our communities, some of us, or most of us maybe, seem to be in a state of learned helplessness. We sit there expecting manna to fall from heaven, or somebody to come and live life for us. It doesn't work that way. So get your copy. It is a guide to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. Get your copy on Amazon. It's $5.99. You will be blessed. Look, let me tell you a story about the video clip that you watched. When I got that individual to do it for me, they did this very dark video with an atlas, and I didn't like it. It was back and forth. I think there was a language barrier too, so back and forth, and back and forth till I got what I needed to have. A lot of us will tell ourselves, oh, Enyeshe, it's okay. You paid for a service. You have to make sure that you get what you need. So at the end, um, the back and forth was too much. And then I think I even forgot to write a review. So Fiverr themselves asked me, and I told them the truth, that I'm sorry, maybe the person got good reviews in the past, but this year wasn't working out for me. So,
Yeah.
and they'll talk to the person and they'll try to do better next time. But we are so afraid of holding people accountable. This is where we've gotten where we are. We don't own our stuff. When you speak up in the community, you are tarred and feathered like you're a bad person. Oh, this is not a big deal. This is how it is. Just let it go. No, life is not good like that. You don't feel happy because every time you are swallowing your emotions, they don't allow you to own your feelings. Oh, no, it's not like that. Oh, let's pretend everything is okay. Katasumumwaso all our lives, and some have gone to the grave because of this katasumumwaso. It's time to wake up. There's some comments. Let me read them. Okay. Mamle says, how do we know our worth or preach it to raise awareness? What I found out is we love negative news. When I go live with a topic, many also want to hammer on the negative trending news versus the lesson in it. This is, yeah, it's like the negativity, it draws crowds. But yeah, it's a good question that you are asking. We have to just keep talking. I guess change is little by little. There are some we're programmed that way. That is the negativity. That's part of it. So it's hard to change your mindset, and people
Yeah.
think they are living their best lives. So sometimes even you give the advice, there's younger people coming and they listen. So we just have to not give up and
Yeah.
keep talking. Ajua says, I seriously feel many so-called Christians do not understand the word submission and misplace things with their limitations. Yes, it's almost like it's some slavery because they say
Yeah.
submit. My wife is my property. I can do whatever I want, but it's the understanding is not there.
You
Ajua
know why
says we
I'm
need to.
laughing?
Well,
Because
no,
sometimes Sean will say, I'm not seeing the submissive part in Christianity in you. I thought you were Christian. I said, submission is not slavery. And then you laugh like he likes to make.
exactly. So Ajua says we need to support each other and be humble with our own capacity. We are all uniquely made, and I do not need another human being to tell me my worth. Yes, step into it. Step into your worth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm warming up to come do a program about learned helplessness. Yes, you tend to use that word a lot, so many people do not get.
Yeah.
I
That's
was talking earlier. You hadn't come on, and I was talking to. I was telling you and everybody on the platform that you are doing this program today. And yesterday, I was saying to myself, should I ask for the link and also come and talk? But I don't know what I might be busy, so that's why I
yeah.
didn't. Yeah, and Ajua says negativities attract attention and sell. So that's what is going on. Have you tried to get a Ghanaian to work on a project for you? Building a house, website, big or small project. They do shady work and expect you to accept it or label you as a difficult person or
Yeah.
other labels.
Exactly.
Why do we lack professional ethics? Mamle, it's because of the way we've been raised, right?
Yeah.
We just don't accept responsibility and we think that it is okay, and it is not. And I wouldn't hide any truth. Just tell them they can label and label, but they are not professional.
Yeah.
And if it's somebody providing a service in this environment, even there's a professional association, you can take it there. Enough. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And with this, your Fiverr story, what you said is going to help the guy more than if he had said it was okay, because
Yes,
he's going to up his game, right?
yes.
Yeah.
It's like I'll say this in tree because me penny me name so what program is so like the other time your headquarters for Ottawa na ye in Shiamu bi nti Shiamu no omo busa no say oma update for ye hanom no
Mm-hmm.
okasa ya metie no say papa ye kasa dodo like you have to so you know mu nti no just right after that we are no na me nso me ne ye in Shiamu no or ka ho asem na me ka kire no say oh, okay, dear, but me feel senka woman a year tia. Or accept yours, your order mercy for that feedback.
See?
You
Yeah.
know, Yenti, why should you be afraid to speak up? But your crown, we don't allow that. We don't.
Hmm.
What's Ajua saying? Oh, sisters, you should have come on because I would have been. No, I'm talking of today.
Today,
Even
yeah.
yesterday, I was tempted, but I was busy. I was trying to do something and listening to you at the same time. I was talking about today, the next steps forward. No, yeah. Okay, let's go to the next topic. So we're saying that the reasons why we can't own ourselves is the scripts and the programming, and then also the lies that we tell ourselves or what have we been told. So what are some of the lies that we tell ourselves? People keep asking, am I enough? You know what? I will I'll just read some points because last week I was at a women's conference at our church, and there was a whole bunch. It was a simulcast, so we were watching, a program in the States. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the presenters had asked these questions: am I enough? What will I do when people find out I am not enough? Is it the imposter syndrome? Am I too much?
That's it, yeah.
Where do I fit? You see, so all these things, right? Am I enough? We're not, we don't place enough value on ourselves. And here we are talking, it's all when anytime I'm talking, I feel like I'm only talking to women because of the beauty, I guess. But it's like even the men,
And
a
yeah.
lot of you have to stop and think that a man who will maltreat a woman has got an issue. They have a
Mm,
big problem.
yeah.
It's just they've not been aware of it because the society has boosted them up to spew out that nonsense that expecting a woman to
Okay.
take
Yeah.
what they are dishing out. It's just not right. So we have problems. We don't place value on ourselves. It's like, let's go to the religion again. And this is, I said, that was my deepest revelation. Love your neighbor as yourself. Yeah, to as yourself, naturally. Love
Yeah.
yourself. When you start to talk about loving yourself, people think, oh, you are selfish, you are this.
Selfish. Yeah.
Why should I put up with abuse from anybody? Hey, even if you are my sister and you're going to disrespect me, we ain't having any conversation.
Yeah.
You need to learn to treat me and value me as a human being. None
Exactly.
of this, no, we can't do that anymore. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work, you know. And then also, what will people do when they find out I'm not enough? We go around doubting ourselves. We think, oh, that person has it better. Look, everybody has struggles. The person that you're admiring, they also have issues. They've worked on their issues or they are continuing to work on it. They are a work in progress, but
Yeah.
they have decided that nothing is going to stop them. They are going to just keep moving. So you also pick yourself up, dust yourself up, and keep moving instead of, oh, they can do it. Oh, it's for these people. Oh, this is for the smart ones. As for me, I didn't go to school. Yeah. Maybe a product that you create, me that I went to school, I will want it and I'll come and get it. How
You
about
will
that?
be able to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Let me read these two comments and then I'll continue. Ajwa says exactly. Customer or Mamle, customer reviews are ways to grow, but sadly we don't want it as Ghanaians and sorry to generalize. So it is true because
It's true.
there's a shop, there's a hair shop here that we go to. And believe me, my daughters always come. Why are those people like that? They won't. They squeeze their faces. They won't greet. They're just rude and mean. And I'm like, yeah, really. And you should see the horrible reviews. But I don't know if they get it. This is a
Oh, I
hair.
know.
Yeah, they think
I know
that
them.
you need it, so you come and buy it. So they keep doing it.
It's like
Yeah.
they're doing you a favor.
Yes. There's this shop in at Tesano, and I remember when I'm in Ghana, my brother-in-law and I go there, and I go and pick up some stuff, and then the woman at the till, her face is squeezed like something, and I'm like, look at that. We that we are paying money for yours. No, no. Ajwa says, got it. I'm glad you. Some of us are stuck in a loop and refuse to crawl out to do better because they're looking for others to save them. Keke.
Mm.
Hello, message. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
So or even like the lies that we tell ourselves or what we've been told, yeah? Well,
Yeah.
at the end of the four comments that I read, the lady says we should say that all of me matters. Like, all of you matters. Mhm. And then society, family, what have you been told? Oh, you won't amount to anything.
Yeah.
You are not beautiful. You
Hmm.
are not humble. No man will marry you. Mhm. Your only worth is to be tied to a man. And on it goes. There's also like abuse and neglect when you are not loved or cherished down, like, these put down syndromes.
Yeah.
You are demeaned, lack of self confidence, some of the things we tell ourselves. There's no encouragement or motivation in the environment. There's lack of role models.
Mm.
What do you see on social media? People just talking about bedroom affairs. Is that what we came on this earth for? The only thing?
Only, yeah. It's either that or insults. That's it.
Yes. I have some three big comments. I'll just read them. I was teaching about what principles guide your life the other day. I practice civility. So what I do not want, I will not do to others. Thank you.
Exactly. Me
But
too.
many use religion, same here. Many use religion, culture, power, money. So it's difficult to really know they still don't treat others right, even with the religion.
Yes.
Yes,
That's perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
yes. And Eunice says, I love this topic so much. I had to put my life on hold for my son when I realized he was a genius at 9 months. Woo!
Yeah.
People have
He's
said all sorts of things, especially because I wasn't working. The sad part is I don't go to them begging for bread. I know my worth and I am doing it. Eunice,
yeah.
keep doing it. Keep
Yes.
doing it. Don't listen to anybody. Don't. You run your own race. Stay in your lane and keep pushing.
You know that in this part of the earth, like sometimes when the family discovers that they have like an athlete, a special athlete, the family is able to even move to a certain place just for that kid.
Yes,
But for
yes.
us, we don't know that.
Yes. Yeah. I've always said to my grandson, Ezekiel, he's a very good soccer player. Very good. And a lot of times, like, so the parents were all two, there are three. The two older ones are in soccer. So it's up and down here, practice, this, that. Sometimes they have to go to Calgary for games and this and that.
Yeah.
And sometimes my grandma will call and my mom will call and she's, oh, he's Alex at sports. Like just had the tone, the voice. And I'm like,
Like
yeah,
a waste of
you,
time.
yeah, you are old school. Yes. You were busy being lawyer and this and this and that. These days, that child, you don't know that he could go to college on a scholarship just
Yeah.
because of that talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me read this. Ajua says, sadly, narcissists support other narcissists. Abusers support other abusers.
Yeah.
Pathological liars support other liars because they're on the same boat.
Yep.
Rapists will never condemn another rapist. Molesters cover up molesters' deeds and so forth. Yes,
Yep.
there's no accountability, Ajua. And let me see here. Happy
Hello,
Redemption Day,
Pastor.
my beautiful and sweet sisters, Auntie Yaa'S, sweet Yaa'S Russell, and everybody. Hello, Pastor P. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. So yeah.
Oh. So the Saturday is Redemption Day. I didn't know that.
so
Really?
so yeah, what do you have to say about this
Yeah, like
lies?
the word we tell ourselves, and it comes from all the script and what's happening around us. And for me, I don't know if it was because
Hello, Rami.
hello, I'm naturally rebellious. I don't know, but anyway, because I told myself all sorts of things. I don't know. I heard when I was young, I think it was in my teens, and I heard a pastor say that um, women are the last borns of God. And I took it. And that's how I've lived my life. Like, there's no relationship that if you are going to be disrespectful to me, I'll let you
Mhm.
know. I'm a last born of God. Like, I'm special. So I have to be treated pampered or I have to be treated good. Like, it. So that's something that I told myself. And it actually, I don't know, showed in how I lived my life. So
Mhm.
whatever you tell yourself is very important. And
Yes.
sometimes it's not something you say out loud, it's something that you think about. And
Mhm.
the script, I don't know, the script actually gives us what to tell ourselves. Because
Yes.
if you accept this script that we've been talking about so far, and you say that if I don't get married, it means I have failed, and you
Mhm.
you live your life or you run with that script, it shows in everything that you do because your
Yes.
focus will be on marriage, and anything at all who asks or proposes you will accept because
Mhm.
that is your, I don't know,
Your
the
standard.
indication that yeah, you are successful, right?
Mhm.
So whatever you tell yourself will show or will um dictate how you live your life, just
Mhm.
like your values dictate how you live your life, because whatever you tell yourself will show in the choices that you make and everything that you do. And there's another thing that I told myself, and that one I think I heard it in, I said that sometimes I used to eavesdrop a lot, like I could hear my my mother and her friends talk,
Mhm.
because these are things that I heard that were not like normal. They were not the normal things that women discussed in public because it
Mhm.
wasn't accepted. Because they talked about you don't stay in a marriage and die, because there was a doctor whose wife died because of this abuse and bringing women into the home in her presence and stuff like that. So I heard that story there. So in my mind, I said, if I have to marry 3 times and not die, I will. I don't care
Mhm.
what people say or what people think. I'll do
Wow.
what is good for me. Yeah. So the these are things they won't tell you, but
Mhm.
they
No.
are talking
They'll say
because
they'll say go and pray. Keep praying. Let me read
yeah,
Mamle's. I think Mamle is responding to Eunice. She says, good job. As a single, traumatized mother, I still choose to be broke for 4 years until this year to restructure my kids. It's a
of
responsibility you don't care
course.
about answering to society. You did right.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. It's at
Yes.
the end of the day, it's your business. People should not judge. No.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, she doesn't believe in marriage. I think she's agreeing with something you said. And
um,
then Ajua says, we are the point that some pastors, people, society, family members, partners think they have the right to tell us how to live your life and their way is the only way.
yes.
Yes, at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying, that a lot of us are sitting around wasting our lives, wasting our times because we are listening to people. We've given our power over to them. So they think they have the right to come and tell us how to live. Yeah, as you were talking your story and the script, I'll say this, that you, especially women, learning to own yourself. They said that there's power in your story. That is what my coach said.
Yeah.
And I've heard it around.
Mm.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, this is what I know for me personally. I've realized that all my life, anytime that I go into environments, people, I don't know what air or aura that I give off. People seem to be intimidated by me. They don't know me till they come and talk to me.
Right.
There's a lady at work. She's not there anymore. She used to be a friend, and she used to work at the reception. And she would say that, oh, she used to think I was some high, whatever. Anytime I pass by, she would be looking at me or this or this or that. Fast forward, you go into a job situation, you think you're going to get the job, then they tell you, oh, the director didn't want to hire you because you intimidate her, you have a degree. I'm like, she's the director. What are you talking about? You go into
Yeah.
church situations, they see your giftings, they don't want to, yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's like you come out and then you are doing all this. To me, finding yourself and doing what you love is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Because if I was still sitting in some of these churches, maybe I wouldn't be writing any books. I wouldn't be doing anything. You see, we
Yeah.
put ourselves in these boxes and then it's so hard to get out. Right now, with what I know, it's like even still, like sometimes you go into society gatherings, especially our community gatherings, and there's some people, they only remember you when you came. So they are still showing you those same behaviors. I say, you don't know me, you don't know who I am,
Yeah.
you don't know who I am, right? Like I don't even know if I'm speaking the right English now. But it's like, why do you behave
Right.
like that? Why do we behave like that? Every time we want somebody to feel small. I'm not minimizing
Yeah.
myself for anybody
Yeah.
anymore. Even like I was telling my daughter the one day that some posts that I put up, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. People go, hey, mommy, no, 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 we're not doing that anymore. This is my story and I'm telling
Yeah.
it.
You're
If if
owning it.
if you if you don't like it, just pass by quietly. So as a society, we don't allow people to be themselves. Every time we have to muzzle people. I
Mm.
hate it. My spirit, that is the worst thing for me, for somebody to try to suppress me
Yeah.
and not know, because I will speak and I will speak, you know? So you are sitting there and somebody is telling you what to say or what to think, or you can't talk because you are his wife. Really? Ajua says some of the abuse victims are capable of taking care of themselves without the abusers, yet they stay and it cost their lives. So we need to ask ourselves why.
Mm.
And then Rami says most Americans believe in marriage so much and treat people who are not married as useless. I'd rather be a single mother than to have an abusive man. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Yes, I know.
Mamli says victim silencing. Every time they want to, oh, be quiet. Oh, muawanu, yedi,
Mm-hmm.
So a mother, your husband or your boyfriend, your daughter will come and tell you that he did something to me. And then you say the child is a bad girl. Oh, be
Oh,
quiet. Yeah. Or a mother, your brother has abused your child. Oh, it will disgrace the family. You know what? I'm not thinking about you, my brother. My child is who I'll think about.
yes.
Yes. No.
When you said that, there was this group on Facebook, and this woman came and told her story about how her husband um, raped her daughter. And you won't believe the comments that women came to put down there. Someone said he should go give her daughter to another relative and stay in her marriage. Like, if you look at the comments, it's mainly get rid of your daughter. Your daughter must have done something. She must be a bad girl. Like, and these were women. It's amazing. The marriage is
Hypocrites.
like a
Hypocrites. They are
pinnacle of our
hypocrites.
success.
What about the traumatized child?
Yeah,
What about the guy?
I know. But what about the guy? So it's
Ajua
amazing.
says silence can never be the answer all the time, depending on one's ordeal. She said, me, I can never marry. I enjoy my single life than being with a man who will abuse me and my children. Some women, some women have made that sacrifice. They'll say that for the sake
I'll
of my
stay
children,
because
I'm
of the
not remarrying
children.
because I don't know what will happen. Yeah. Those who put down others are the same way. No, yeah, yeah, seriously, what you just said. send them to another relative. So if you send
Yes.
them to that other relative and they also get abused there, then what is their life?
And save your
You-
marriage. Like they are ignoring what the guy did. Like I couldn't
It's
believe it.
it's programming. It's the programming, the script. A
You
woman's only
saving your
worth is
marriage.
in a warrior. Yes. A
Hey.
woman's only worth is a warrior. So
Mm-hmm.
if your husband has abused your child, send the child to another
Yeah.
relative. That's what will work, fix the
And save
problem.
your
And
marriage.
this child will feel betrayed. And then later on, maybe some because of these problems, she goes around doing all kinds of whatever things. Then you come
Yeah.
and judge her too, right?
Yeah.
Let me read Pastor Patience's. She says, "Wow, the sacrificing for my child is my priority. I live where I live and how I live because of my daughter. I
Mm-hmm.
can say I'm a proud mother now, a highly successful young lady I raised at every school, adores her achievements now that she's going to the college. I work proudly while visiting colleges. Some professors gave me their cards and begging my daughter to choose their prestigious schools that is hard to get into."
That's awesome.
That
That
is
is
it.
an
If
achievement.
if
Not
if you are if you are watching this program,
quality.
read that and put
Yeah.
it, as I say, put it in your pipe and smoke it. This is what you should be about, not the thing marriage and this and this and this and that. No, focus.
Apart from that, investing in things that are not important for our
Yes.
children, like, oh, he has to wear designer clothes. Kids, some people, just because other people will see that your kids are wearing designer clothes,
Mm-mm.
like, what is that? Meanwhile,
Whose
their education is suffering.
yeah, whose program was I on? I don't know if it was Amma or Monday. I wrote that when my kids were young. It was Zealous and Kmart and what have you.
Yeah.
When they grew up, then they could go and do their own shopping. I remember I said Ajua, she used to like expensive things. She went to Pink or something in Kingsway store. You give her money and then she buys only two items instead of buying whatever. As soon as she started working, she says, "Oh, I'm not buying those things
Aha.
anymore." She got the memo. Rami says, "I'll
Yeah.
never and ever give away my child for any man." Hell no, 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 no.
Yeah.
We are not doing that. Marriage will not bring anyone to heaven. Thank you.
It won't.
I'd rather choose my son and kick the man out. Yep.
A puto.
No, 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 no,
Seriously,
no.
I had my son at 20, and even that time, anyone I met, it's the first thing I'll tell you. I have a child, and he is
Mhm.
part of me. I'm not gonna hide my child
No,
because I
no.
heard about people hiding their children so they can
Mm, mm,
get into
mm,
relationships. No,
mm, mm, mm,
no,
no.
yeah. So
We are a culture that we shame. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of negativity, and so, like I remember somebody. I've said this before. Now we are talking about it. I think it was on the standpoint that I heard this. Like some girl. I don't know if she was raped by a relative or something, and then the grandmother called her a name in their language,
no, no,
which means prostitute. And I'm saying, you, the grandmother, what are you? Look at what you are doing.
yeah,
Yeah, crazy society, dear, crazy society. And these women, you know what? They don't know who they are. They need to learn to own their stuff.
yeah,
This is not going to help you. It's rather pathetic. I'm sitting here. I'm stuck. I don't know where to move to.
yeah.
Like it's
It's
very
like our
no.
priorities are like twatted. Like the things
I'm
that we
shocked.
place importance on.
Yeah,
Mm,
I'm so shocked.
yeah. Also.
So, do you have anything else on these lies? Well, some of the lies you've said some extensively. So, so going forward or recovery, what can we do to change some of these things?
Mm, well, it's about knowing yourself, and the first thing I
Hmm.
have down is to determine your core values. Like,
Hmm.
and in order for you to know what your core values are, because you can live through life and not really know what you value or what if you don't sit down to think about these things. And you can ask yourself the questions like,
Hmm.
what has been my choice patterns in life?
Hmm.
That will tell you what you value most in life.
Hmm.
And also things that make you feel good,
Hmm.
like would also tell you what you value most in life. And then things that you stood for. which is not much for our community. We don't stand up for anything. But yeah, we don't stand up
That
for
is
things
true.
we believe in. We just stand up because people are doing it. We stand up for
Mm-hmm.
things that people would approve of, but we don't really stand up for things that we believe in. But yeah, you can look at that too. And also, you look at things that you regretted not doing or not standing up for. You know that,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so that must be something that uh, I value most. And then if you have heroes, look
Mm-hmm.
at your heroes or role models, and that would also tell you, like, will give you a clue as to what your values are.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have down that you allow yourself to evolve, because we've all been given a
Mm-hmm.
script. No matter who you are,
Yeah, I'll
you
be
grew.
right back. I'll be
Okay,
right
okay. No matter who you are, you grew up in a society, you grew up in a family. So we've all been given scripts in life, and these scripts are unconsciously on our minds unless we do the work. We actually do the work of getting to know ourselves. So you have to know that your identity is not fixed in those things or fixed to that script. So you have to allow yourself to evolve. And then the third one is to align yourself with a positive environment, or an environment that is in line with your values, because whatever we do, things that you're around most affect us, whether we like it or not. So that is why you need to get away from negative friends, negative family members, negative anything, things that are not in line with your values, because they will affect you. Like unconsciously, you might find yourself moving towards that um negativity, because it's really subliminal. And just like the advertisements that we watch, if you watch it over and over again, it makes you feel like going to get, like if you watch a burger advertisement, maybe it makes you feel like, I want a burger, things like that. So our environment counts a lot, our friends count a lot, family, or whatever, or wherever you're spending your most time is very important. It has to be in line with whatever values that you determine that are yours. And we have to be able to build self confidence, because it's very important. If when you when you stand up for something, it's not going to be smooth. You're going to get name calling, you're going
Oh
to get a
yes.
whole lot of pushback, and it's from people you love too. It won't be
Yes.
from, yeah, outsiders or strangers. So you have to be prepared for that. If you're confident and you believe in yourself and you believe in whatever value that you have, then you're not bothered so much. Maybe in
Mm-hmm.
the beginning you will have to get used to it, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for me, things that bring the most conflict for me and my friends is the time management thing. I can't stand it. I hate lateness, because I hate when pe- people make me wait. So I don't want to make other people wait. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm always like, I always want to be on time, because I know how
Mm-hmm.
it feels to just be there waiting.
Mm-hmm.
So now most of my friends know that about me. If you're late, it's going to spoil the whole mood for whatever event, because I'm going to be mad. And when I'm angry, I can't smile. I'll let you
Mm-hmm.
know I'm angry, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a whole lot. So yeah, you have to be able to stand up for whatever. So you have to build that self-confidence. And in order to build it, when you truly believe in that thing, and it's not because somebody else does it and I want to copy, then
Mm-hmm.
it becomes easier, because it's something that you truly, truly believe in, and you live your life according to that. Yes, I guess that's it. Ooh, I need to. I've been drinking a lot of tea. I'll be right back.
Okay. Cool. So for me, I was saying that, you have to take charge. Yeah, I was saying that you need to sit down. Yeah, same thing. Look at yourself. Who are you now? And who do you want to become? You can't go forward till you look at where you've been. And the question is, when I started, I was going to ask her that how many of us are vested or invested in sitting down to look at ourselves? It's very scary. Because we've done katasumwemwa, so this cover up, keeping up appearances. We've done it for so long that we just refuse to be real. And those of us who want to keep things real, people don't like it. But for me, I'll say it again. I don't care whether you like me or not. I'm not here to be liked. I am living my life. I don't judge you. I don't come and tell you how to live yours. So you have to allow me to be me. Let's allow people to be themselves. The suppression is too much. Look, you have to sit down, and there's this Bible verse, and a lot of us, we say we are Christians and we quote it. Is these women who are talking, saying that go and give your daughter to another person and go and do this, go and do that. I'm sure they are in church shouting, oh, I'm fearfully. They go to a Melku and they say, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, but you don't know that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. No means that you don't take abuse and disrespect from a man you call your husband who is abusing your child. Let's start from there. So, it's like, learn to write down, look, be honest. You know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, write them down, because that is what will guide you. Because from your strengths, you can build on it and become stronger. And the weaknesses, be honest enough. There's one thing about our society: we don't like truth. We don't like the truth. So we won't sit
Mhm.
down and speak the truth to ourselves and to each other.
Yeah.
So this is why we allow this cycle is going on: abuse. What was Ajua saying there? The narcissist and psychopaths. There's a lot of people, going around inflicting wounds on people.
Yeah.
And then later they go hide behind other people who prop them up and protect them, because the system does not work. We've operated on Katasumu Masu for so long that we don't like the truth.
Yeah.
And so people are getting away with murder. That poor child, that poor child.
Oh.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So you are not taking care of her, attending to her, and then she's just a prime candidate to be abused by another
Yeah.
jerk
Yeah.
one day. So, you know, uh, when you know your weaknesses, you can become better. Don't be afraid to acknowledge
Yeah.
your weakness. No, me that I'm sitting here, I procrastinate. I procrastinate. Like if there's something I don't want to do, then I'm like, oh, putting it off. But then finally, I get to it. And like any human being, you have fear in you when you have to do something new.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but the difference is that you look fear in the face and say, I'm going to do this, and you walk through your fear. But a lot of us, we give up. And then when you see people pushing in their lives, then you are jealous, you are envious, and you are saying, this is why a lot of people are putting cameras in front of their faces and coming to insult people. For what? For what? You know,
Podcast.
listen and learn. Listen, listen and learn. Mamle, the book. Remember? Oh, start to love and inspire yourself. How do you do that? Read. Come and listen to programs like this. Yeah, talked about role models. Look for role models to pattern your life after.
Mhm.
Self-talk. What do you say to yourself? Oh, I'm foolish. Oh, I'm not good enough.
True.
Oh, I'm not a good woman because I don't cook. Oh, I'm not a good woman because this, because that. What about the man? Is he not responsible too?
Yeah.
Is it up to you to carry the whole world on your shoulders? Hey, me, my shoulders, they are small. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Yeah, be kind to yourself in all this work. You see, the recovery is your willingness to acknowledge there's a problem and I'm
Yeah.
going to deal with it.
Yeah.
But in dealing with it, it's not going to come easy.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you start today and then by May ending, everything is hunky dory. No, there'll be bad days when you want to give up. Cry, just cry and then continue, but never give up.
Yeah.
People will want you to give up. When you start some of these things, your friends, your society, your group, they'll start looking
They'll
at
be
you weird.
waiting
Oh,
for it to fail.
oh,
Yeah.
nah, we've been going with you. What are you trying to do now? Hwɛ deɛ ɔkyerɛ wɔ hɔ bi, then they'll be saying all kinds of things. Stand your ground. Look, you have one life to live. When you die, it's over. Osinachi is gone. Is she ever coming back? No, no. Have a positive, I said it before, positive self-talk, practice self-care, take care of yourself. If you can't do something, don't let people push you. Oh, do this for me. Oh, come and give me a ride, I have to go groceries. Say no, I can't take you today. You can take a cab or take the bus. Let them be angry at you. You don't have to be at everybody's beck and call. Develop a positive attitude. Refuse to think bad thoughts about yourself. Even if you make, there are people when they pour water out, do, oh, I'm so clumsy, or I'm so this.
Clumsy.
I don't
Yeah.
say those to myself. No, I won't put it out. No, no, don't say things to yourself. Don't. It's a mistake you made. Be
Yeah.
with positive people. Hang around with positive
Yeah.
people. That is the first thing. If you are
Yeah.
somebody who likes to go to these videos with 10,000 and 1,000 people and this and they're insulting people, tell yourself you have a problem and resolve to do better. Yeah. Also be assertive. It's like when we in our society, when you speak up, people think, oh, she's a bad person. Oh, she's this. Stand your ground. Speak your truth. You don't go to jail for speaking your truth. What are they going to do? Like, think about it. Does anybody breathe for you? That's
Hmm.
the only example that I know. Does
Yeah.
anybody breathe for you? Okay? Even if you couldn't breathe on your own, you're not going to be attached to your husband that you are protecting, that
Yeah.
abuser, that man that has no self control, the wicked monster who did that to your daughter. So, no,
No.
they'll give you your own oxygen tank. So, yeah, we need to be very, 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 very careful.
Yeah.
And then to even, especially as women, mothers, what script are you feeding your daughters?
Yep.
Whatever you are doing is what they will do.
Yeah.
Whatever they are seeing is what they are going to live.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful.
Hmm.
Those of you women who are just giving away your money, looking after men who don't respect you and running after other women. Look, invest in yourself. There are people who are investing in themselves, doing all kinds of things. You be one of them. It's
Yeah.
not out of your reach. No. Look, owning yourself is just as simple as saying, I'm going to read, okay, I have this issue. I'm not very confident. What can I do? Hey, there's YouTube. Just Google confidence, self confidence. Listen, motivation, encouragement. Listen, maybe one or two books. Even if you don't like reading, now you have the option of listening, audiobooks, you know, empower yourself. When you see good programs, you go and you listen. Even if you can't listen to the whole thing, take a tidbit. Every day, make sure you're doing something positive. If you are a person of faith and you are reading the Bible, let it be meaningful to you. Don't sit there and say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and then you are sitting down. Oh, I don't know how to do this. As for me, I'm this. As for me, I'm that. Believe what you are reading.
Yeah.
Believe it. It's like, we just read it and talk it and throw it at people. We are so religious. Oh, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah. Look, yeah, sometimes when you go on Facebook and you see a thread, conversation, the scriptures, the way people, and I'm like, who are these people? This thing that we are talking about, it just needs a practical answer. They'll come and quote all this, oh, and this and that. Now, when I see those things, I get tired. I say, religious hypocrites, let's stop all that. It's not everything that you have to come and be quoting scriptures at people. Oh. Sometimes it's
They don't
just
even live it. Oh.
one sentence. One sentence is what will bless people, but we just want to show. You see, we've made Christianity some kokuti, be that everybody, oh, look at me, I know this, I know that. Meanwhile, the choir master is sleeping with all the girls, and you are sitting there, oh, I know, and I this. I mean, it happens in some places. Yeah.
It does.
It's you have to you have to own yourself. Like, look at you. When you look at yourself in your mirror, look at yourself and say, this is me. Who am I? What do I stand for? What do I have to offer the world? It's not always about what do I bring? What am I going to do with myself? Where am I going? Where am I headed? So, yeah. Ajua says abuse does not start with the beating, so but starts with the two most dangerous: verbal, emotional, and mental and psychological, to
Yeah.
break you to the point that the abusers becomes your everything. Yes,
Right.
they are very good at their trade, if
Yeah.
I should call it that even. Yeah. That's how it starts. And if you allow it, somebody is saying anything they want to you and you don't stop it,
Hmm.
you know, they'll think they have the right to do it. I don't understand. I saw a video clip of a man caning his wife. And she just, caning the wife. And there's a child lying on the floor. He picks the child up and throws the child. And she said, and I'm
Wow.
thinking, that is your wife and that is your child. And I'm thinking, a cane? Are you my father? How dare you? Mamle says, do you believe in self-disclosure? Is there value in it? Self-disclosure, you mean like telling your story, telling everything? If I'm interpreting it right, for me, I found that this is what I know. In this society in which we live, this is why they say there's power in your story. People will tell their story without hiding it. We are Katasomwe Mwaso people, so we don't, when you come and you tell your story, it's taken a different way. And
Yeah.
then the judgment and whatever goes on. We don't know that in telling the story, you you're helping somebody. I've said before, there was a lady in this community and her name was Barb something. She used to smoke a lot, and at the end, when she was in the last stages of her life, she would go around to the schools, the high school, junior high, senior high, and be talking to kids to stay away from smoking. So they are using their story to empower and motivate other people. We don't know that. So when somebody comes to say, oh, this, oh, look at her, Sheno, look at her. She was in trouble when she was a teenager. And then the
Yes.
judgment. And how is your life? How was your life then? And how is your life going now? You know? So she says tension building phase. And then yeah, she said, I said, yeah, your husband beats you like you are in class 2.
That's true.
Anyway, I think that the day anybody decides they are going to do a program on it, will take 10 hours. You talk
Oh
and you
yeah.
finish. Yes.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take another commercial. We haven't done some of the
Oh yeah.
other books in a while. So let me remind people that those books are also
It's
still
they're
around.
still there.
They're still there. So go and get them. Where are we? So there it is. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. You can find it on Freezing Press, Amazon, Google Books, iTunes. It's a book chock full of nuggets that will bless and empower you. Get this book, okay? It's very, let's see, where's the Beauty of a Woman's Heart you can find on Amazon worldwide, Barnes and Nobles, and also Innovi Books. Hey, this book, I think I need to start an academy for young women to teach about this book
Yeah.
because, all these things
Good
that we're
idea.
talking about, it boils down to owning yourself, loving yourself, putting yourself out there to live your best life. Don't let anybody minimize you or take away from you. It's not going to work. If you are not living the script that you came here with, you are never happy till you find that script. Trust me. So this is refreshing for my weary soul. Hey, in the last 2 years, you will agree with me that we've all been to some places and back. It's not been easy, so you can get refreshing by getting this book. It's on Amazon worldwide and in Ovi Books. And the part that I like in this book is the third part, practical nyamisem. Some of the stuff that I'm talking about today. For me, the way we say we are Christians and the way I look at the word of God and then I look at what we are doing and I ask myself, what did we miss? Because we are not living it. Okay? We are not living it. The hypocrisy is just too much. Yeah, and I always quote the ant. It says, go to the ant, you sluggard. A sluggard is a lazy person. We are sitting there with our hands always open, looking for handouts. But even the ant is working hard. And the Bible that you go to church and you are reaching, it preaches about hard work. Proverbs, it's all over there. But what are we doing? So, yeah, get this book. You'll be blessed. Also, Sister Ajodo Mensa on Fridays, she does Abrabo Munsem, that's at 4:30 Mountain Standard Time, my time, and it's 6:30 Eastern for her. And all kinds of topics are discussed. Yesterday, it was on domestic violence because of the death of Osinachi Nwachuku. Yes, there was a lot to say. I believe today she's continuing. On Saturdays, she does a program with Reverend Samuel Okoso at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But I believe today Reverend Okoso won't be around because of his busy Easter program. So Adjoa may have other people on there with her or alone talking about going forward. What can we do to avoid these situations? So I did tell her that if I'm not busy, maybe I will dare and come and talk, but we'll see. So, and also on Sundays, there's the Dreamers and Visionary. It's a free coaching program by the beautiful Pastor Patience Edwards. It's at 1 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, which is my time, and 3 p.m. Eastern. There's a lot of nuggets to be gathered and garnered from this program. It's a blessing. You know something? A lot of times we've said it. Ask yourself why you gravitate towards the negative. People will not take advantage of free programs or listening to things that will build the mindset. And then you are living and going away to your grave with only maybe 5% of your brain potential used on this earth. Let's change the narrative, okay? Thank you. So yeah, I'll read these comments and then we can wrap up. Let's see. Mamle says exactly because research says the ways to increase awareness is to own it and educate. But many will reach out saying, "Oh, you did well," but don't talk about your story. Just be general. How does how does others know they are not alone, or get confidence, or not scared to stay away from abuse? This is the thing, Mamle. It's like the hypocrisy, the timidity is so ingrained in us that we shut people up and prevent them from speaking the truth. But you can only be authentic, you can only make an impact if you speak the truth to people. So for me, I would say I don't have a problem with why do we want to do the cover up? So you want to talk about, um, you are encouraging children to stay in school, right? Or teenagers, you're trying to encourage them to stay in school. And then how are you going to tell them, give them that message if you don't relate it to what happened to you? Maybe like in school, you weren't serious, you were running around doing this, doing that, playful, you didn't pass your exams properly, then you had to spend some years upgrading and all that to get you on the path. You have to share that story, you know, because the thing too is that truthfully, it's not everybody who goes the straight linear path. Some go this way or whichever way, but still, giving that message will help somebody to stay on track. We have to keep it real. Like we're always, as a community, we always want to look, our elders did it. Like me, I will tell you, I come from a family of Katasumwemwa, so they always live by standards. My mom always, oh, this, oh, that. I'm like, we don't live our lives that way. We these days we speak the truth, we say it how it is. Because if I don't, I'm going to suffer. I'm going to feel bad inside. Like, hello, you know? I'm going to, no. How am I
True.
serving you? How am I serving? Why should I make you feel good by telling lies for you, and then I'm sitting here suffering? Like you went to do a test, and the doctor found out that you are not the cause of the
Mm-hmm.
infertility in the family, and you are sitting there, and the family is
Mm-hmm.
still blaming you. Go
Yeah.
and tell them. Let the man do whatever he'll do. Enough, you know.
Yeah.
Najwa says, "Oh, thank you, sis. I'm coming live to do today to do part two. Yes, since Pastor Koso will not be available to come live. Yeah, okay." And then she says the cover upward part of the defense mechanism to avoid taking accountability for many. It's too much. That is a big problem in that country there. Like the truth, we don't like the truth. We hide things. We don't own it. So we are not growing. It's 2022, and look at what we're doing.
Hmm.
You know? Yeah, yeah. Final thoughts.
Oh boy. Oh, I thought we were done. Okay. Actually, well, I guess that I'll be brief.
Mhm.
In order to own it, you need to know yourself, know your values, what you believe in, and also to know. I think if you forget everything, just
Mhm.
remember that God brought you here for a purpose. That is why He breathed into you, and that breath is a special breath. It's His gift that He put in you. So you have to discover it. So
Yeah.
if you set off on the journey to discover whatever has been put in you, you will find yourself, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's interesting. Watch out for my short videos on Own It and Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The next
Mm.
Beauty of a Woman's Heart video I'm going to do is on the gift.
Ooh.
Look, think of yourself as a gift.
Yeah.
A gift is you are precious. Own yourself and do your work and live a happy life. If you're not going to be truthful to yourself and run around trying to please people, following people's scripts, you're going to be miserable till the end of time.
Yeah.
Yes. Owning yourself, considering yourself as a gift will mean that sometimes you're going to stand alone. People will not
Mm-hmm.
like you. People will call you names, but own it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? So we've said a lot. We thank you all for joining us today. Joa, Sister Joa, Amle, Pastor P, Eunice, Rami. Who else was on?
Message.
Message. Yes. Thank you so much. And for those coming after too, please leave us your comments. Thank you. We'll be back next Saturday, same time, 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, 11:30 Eastern, 3:30 GMT, and 4:30 BST. Take care of yourselves, okay? Happy Easter. Bye. He's risen.
Bye.
He's alive. The tomb is empty. Take care. Bye. It is Ajoa. Me say Ajoa, yeah.